All right. Let me welcome Alex Asfouri to the Edge of Success podcast today. He's the Vice President and General Manager of PE Investment. He's located in Houston, Texas. Has about 20 years of experience in his field. Alex, I'm delighted you can be with us today.
Dr. Pankton, thanks for the invite.
I always like to start with kind of learning a little bit about you. What's your background? How you got into your space? Share with us a little bit about how you got to where you are.
My life is very much like an ordinary business owner life. Nowadays, chaotic. Other times, I love the flexibility and the ability to control my schedule, my destiny, you name it. I'm married. I have two kids. I live in the Woodlands, Houston, Texas. Met my wife back in college, Dave, and we've been together for about 15 years now. My kids are 6 and 8. So you can imagine it wasn't the best time to start a business, but a couple of years later now, it was probably the best decision I made because I have the flexibility to be at my son's baseball game. I have the flexibility to take my daughter swimming if I want to. So it all worked out nicely. My background, in short, I went to school for engineering. I own a business now. I install windows. So I did all sort of things in between. So I did work as an engineer for a large oil and gas company called Halliburton Energy Services. If you live in Houston, you know Halliburton very well. I was on oil rigs all the way from Permian, Texas to Malaysia, Southeast Asia. I've been everywhere. I was a design engineer, then I became a project manager, and I would just fly whatever we had a project to oversee the project firsthand. Then I decided to pursue my MBA, switch career, do more business stuff. And this is when I made the move to GE. One of my managers had moved to GE, asked me to join, went to GE, offered me a business role. 4 or 5 years into my professional experience, went back to school. And those 2 years I spent at Rice University were probably some of the most rewarding experiences I had in my career. Learned a lot, being an engineer. It was a lot different being in that world. Met great people throughout the program. We're still friends till today. But because of this move, also, I landed myself an opportunity in a different industry, consulting. So that was the first time I moved away from oil and gas in my professional career to consulting 6, 7 years later. And it exposed me to other industries. One of them was building products, which is what I'm at today, building
Yeah.
products.
So tell us a little bit about your current products and the kind of things you produce. In every industry, every job, there are always things that are challenging. If I never had to do that again, I'd be happy. But there are also things that you really love, that you really enjoy about what you do. So tell us a little bit about your current products that you're doing, and then tell us a little bit about what you love about what you're doing.
Yeah, the products that we do are windows and doors. So the
Okay.
company is called iWindow Remodeling, and we do remodeling. So we're predominantly focused on the D2C channel. We work directly with homeowners. We love that part that we can come in and help homeowners, live in a lot more comfortable space. Houston gets very hot in the summer. It gets pretty cold in the winter. So homeowners get to feel both temperatures. When they don't have energy efficient windows, 30 windows in the house, it's tough to be here in the summer. You're really paying the electricity company a lot of money. So that's where we come in. We try to help these homeowners find the best solution for their home. Windows can be expensive, so we love to sit there and try to find the right solution because everything we do is custom for the right homeowners. And when the job is done, when they call us in the summer and they tell us, "Hey, my energy bill dropped," or "Hey, I love sitting in my kitchen on my kitchen table now," that's usually very rewarding and fulfilling for us. And the second part of the question, receiving that phone call from the customer is probably the most rewarding thing about this job. From a tactic day to day, sometimes I drive up to a job site to see how things are coming. So I just drop in and seeing our guys passionate about what they do. Because Dave, a lot of what we do is about service. We're a small company. We don't have the big name brand, the brand recognition of some of the national players. So the way we differentiate is by being local, by being accountable, by going above and beyond for the homeowner, right? All of our guys are in-house, no subcontractors. So we're really proud of that. So when we show up and we treat the home like it's ours. So then when I drop by a project to see what our guys are doing, I see them just, passionate, running around, trying to do everything right. That's nice and fulfilling
Yeah,
for me.
that's encouraging, I'm sure, to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In every industry, there are some challenges that just come along with certain fields or certain markets. As you see it, maybe present challenges or maybe even potential future challenges, what's kind of one that sticks out to you that is a challenge in your work that you do?
Yeah, Dave, our business consists of four departments, major departments: generating business, that's marketing. We have closing, that's sales, in-home closing, design consultation. Then we have install, delivery, and then we have financial management and accounting and so forth. That's the business. That's what we do. And the most challenging part is number one, generating the business, followed by sales, closing, followed by install, making sure we deliver on time, quality work to our homeowner. That's the
So,
order.
so just the normal ebb and flow there is becomes your challenge. What about opportunities as you look at it? I know you're in the Houston area. What do you see as opportunities that maybe are coming up on the horizon, or you see a potential you're trying to get more traction in
Right.
that area?
Yeah, as far as the business strategy goes, the biggest opportunity is, I think, is capitalizing on the trend towards more hurricane rated windows that are required now by TDI in large segment of the Houston market. And it's really further south along the coastal areas. That's a huge opportunity for us. And not many competitors, not many players go over there to service homeowners because it can be a headache. It can be if you have a cookie cutter model, you typically don't want to mess with that. But
Yeah.
like I said, we are a lot more flexible, so we love to go out and help homeowners achieve those objectives.
Okay. You've done a lot of different things with the engineering background, and hey, you've shifted markets and fields, and I mean, you've had quite a transition there in a lot of ways. As you look back over your career, what are a couple things that stick out that you've learned along the way? As you think about your career and your development, what are some things that stick out that have really just helped you come to mind?
It takes a lot to build a business from 0 to 1. It takes everything from building the right strategy, staying focused on that strategy, execute with discipline. There's a lot of mental piece to it. You go through ups and downs, especially early on. You're not making money. You're thinking you're not seeing your family. So there's a lot of that. And you have to be very resourceful along the way. And I think my experience, whether in strategy, whether as an executive at Cornerstone Building Brands afterwards, who I partner with today, taught me how to build a strategy, how to be resourceful. But so all of these things are table stake to start a business, all of them. The one thing that I think can be a little bit unique is really the people. When you think about it, doesn't matter where you are, you have a vision, you want to
Mhm.
achieve something. To achieve that vision, you can't go on the journey by yourself. I've seen others fall into the same trap. That is, you assume everybody's gonna be on the same wavelength, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna point my finger there and we're gonna celebrate and we're gonna march and we're gonna make it there all together. We all know what to do. We're all good at what we do. We all trust each other. We're gonna go there. My experience taught me that's not always the case. People want to do the right thing, but they have to trust the vision. They have to trust the person. They have to feel good about what they're doing. So not everybody wants to be the next president, right? But people have different priorities in lives too. So I think learning that, adapting that, now it's even more important than ever. Not the skill set, but the type of people that you work with are at different stages of your career, at different companies. So you just have to learn how to work with everybody. At some point early on, when we were building our canvassing team in Houston, I would go hire a canvassing team. I had up to 10 people just going around knocking on doors and setting appointments. And I'd walk with them. So I was leading them early on until I built my hierarchy and org structure. You just have to learn how to work with
Yeah.
everybody.
People are such an important part when you're building anything. What I try to do is when I work with leaders, I try to help leaders understand what I call their zone of genius. In other words,
Mm,
what are they really good at doing? What do they love doing? I try to position them 80% of the time there. And then I say, all right, now that we've got that covered, where's the gap? Who else do we need? And I call it a complementary dream team. So people that complement you as an owner who have strengths in areas where you're weak. And believe it or not, there are actually people that love doing what you hate doing, and they're really good at it. You need to find those people and get them on your team, you know? And then the third area for me, I find a lot of owners, they'll hire people, but they expect people to step up and develop themselves. And I'm not saying that never happens, but I would say it probably rarely happens. As an owner, you have to invest in those people and you have to help them grow and help them develop. And when you do that, there's a reciprocal effect that happens where because you invested in them, they want to work hard for you and they want you to be successful. But a lot of owners are a little bit short-sighted where they just don't see the importance of investing in the people they brought on their team. And I think they lose and the employees lose as well. So, one last question I have for you. If someone wanted to be in your space, in your industry, and they were young, late teens, early 20s, and starting out, if there's one piece of advice that you would give them that you might think of that would be a key insight that you could provide for them?
If there's one thing I haven't touched on, and I'd say that's probably without it, none of this would have happened, it would be finding the right partner. So when we started this journey, I didn't start this by myself. This is not my company. I started with a partner, and then we bought another company, and now I have two partners. And the way we're structured is the first partner, he handles sales. That's his strength. That's not my strength. And the second partner handles operations. He leads the team that installs the product, all of that part. And I handle every other aspect of the business, lead generation, product, and the financial piece of it. We complement each other. So back to your point, Dave, you have to learn to be even more effective early, at least early on, right? Before you get to a point where you start to work on your strength, find people that can complement those areas that you're not as comfortable as the others at. That's my recommendation. There's a lot of change happening around us. There is AI coming, right? Without AI, I would not have started that business, quite frankly, because I saved a lot of money early on. I was doing all that work on the side using AI. Everything from building my first website to learning accounting. I mean, there's so many skills. In the past, you would need somebody specialized. You need to hire a lawyer, you name it, professional services. You can do a lot of that by yourself up to a certain point today. So AI is huge. Now, you hear a lot about AI disrupting, but AI is enabling too. I read this article the other day. There are three archetypes that will not be impacted by AI as much. One of them is the caretakers of the world, right? The nurses of the world, the teachers of the world. The second one is creative people, right? The idea to start a business, that doesn't come from AI. That is a person saying, I have a vision. And three is trades, people that do stuff that impact our community every day. But it's also going to enable them to go out and thrive in this world. So I
Yeah.
encourage more people to go to trades, and learn how to use technology in parallel, because not only they can go and do stuff, but they can build businesses and contribute back to the community, build families, do all those things.
The trades are lucrative today, and
Yep.
and I think there's lots of opportunity for people. Listen, Alex, I've really enjoyed our chat today. There may be some people listening in the Houston area that might be interested in knowing more about your company and your services and products. If they wanted to reach out to you or connect with you in some way, what would be the best way for them to do so?
Just go on our website, iwindowsusa.com, and send us a message.
Okay, that's pretty easy. So, well, thanks again for joining me, and wish you well with your company. I appreciate you spending some time with me today.
Thank you, Dr. Pennington. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.